tomato sauce. Can't get enough, I'm begging for more. Cause I came here at 5:45. And I ain't gonna leave till I get my fix. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pub feed. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pub feed. Chicken schnitty, buffet, parmigiana, buffet, rough steak, buffet, medium well, buffet. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pub feed. All I want and all I need, all I crave is a good pub feed. All I crave is a good pub feed. All I crave is a good pub feed.
Yeah, you're just gonna have to carry on. Alright, I will say something. Alright, so.
Last week, Bonnaroo, in the back, right by you. I was cautious, double wrap.
He said these boots are made for stomping, and that's just what they'll do. One of these days, these boots are gonna stomp all over you. I said I'm gonna punch shots for smokes and kick your douches in the mouth. Sadly for you, my last cigarette's gone out. Concrete and leather, concrete and leather, concrete and leather, concrete, concrete and leather, concrete and leather, concrete and leather, a heathen from Eton on a bag of Michael Keaton. A heathen from Eton on a bag of Michael Keaton. He thinks he's smart, you're not smart 'cause you watch Get Carter. You were a catalogue, plastic Sinatra. They try hard, you should have tried harder. Me oh my Roy, you look like a walking thyroid. You're not a man, you're a gland. You're one big neck with sausage hands. You are a top shot tyrant. Even your haircut's violent.
Got me mum's AU Falcon. Get home, copper belting. Doing skids, tyres melting. Smell of rum, ain't bloody helping. Got me mum's AU Falcon. Get home, copper belting. Doing skids, tyres melting. Smell of rum, ain't bloody helping. AU Falcon. 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 MI6 4-litre. Boosting with bush feeder. 80 crank, no heater. 12 bike stacked in a 5-seater. MI6 4-litre. Boosting with bush feeder. 80 crank, no heater. 12 bike stacked in a 5-seater. AU Falcon. 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 AU Falcon.
Everything you say is bullshit, and everything you do is so sick. Bullshit. Everything you say is bullshit in every single way. I
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, it must be that time of the week again. Wednesday rolls around quick when you're twiddling your thumbs and waiting for more sim racing to happen. But here we are this evening. We are at the picturesque circuit of... Where are we again? We're in Fuji. We're in Japan. We get a bit of engine noise there. We can. We're also going to get a bit of noise from our co-commentator who is with us from the start, Zach O'Reilly. Welcome.
Well, thank you very much, Chris. Good to be here. Good to be sitting next to you. And it's pretty bloody hot up here in Queensland.
What do you mean? We're in Japan at the moment. It was a long flight, but we just made it here in time. Here in the AK Racing commentary box.
The old jet lag's getting the better of me. Here we are. It's bloody hot up here too in Fuji, and looking over the mountain here at the back. I thought that was part of the Great Dividing Range in Queensland, but no, it's Mount Fuji itself.
Well,
Can't wait to be a part of this round.
When you travel as much as we do, you get disorientated sometimes. You don't know what country you're in, what track you're in. We're on the go constantly. That's
right. And I can tell you the one word you don't want to stutter on ever in the English language with our accent is country. Because if you stuff it up halfway through, you're in a bit of trouble. Might get the old YouTube sanction onto us pretty quickly. But yep, this is going to be fiery. This is a great track, and we've seen some great battles here in different leagues. And the Audis are just going to be turning a heat up here, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think the last time I raced at Fuji was very true to real life in the Super Formulas RSS mod. And it was a cracking race here. Great battles, and these little TTs, Audis, they're going to have a fun time getting around this wide open circuit. Plenty of overtaking opportunities, I believe.
Yes, we've got the longest straight in history. I wonder there'll be definitely some slipstream battles to and fro, I would say, by the time they get to one end to the other. And that's a very good overtaking spot. And also the chicane just before this uphill sweeping left, and double right-hander onto the straight is going to be also a great place to have some overtaking.
Yeah, I reckon the track's certainly wide enough. You could get 3 or 4 cars wide pretty much at all parts of the circuit. So hopefully we get a bit of that action tonight. I'm certainly looking forward to it. And considering the last few weeks in these cars has just been absolutely cracking battles up and down the field, we're in for a treat this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So if anyone's there in the chat, get your predictions in. We're going to go for a top 3 finish in the first race. And if you can get first, second, and third correctly, I will send you a box of sand personally.
Is that from the Gold Coast, or is that from the beaches here in Japan? Where are we getting the sand from?
That'll be from the local playground, just on the corner of my street. So,
jeez,
genuine Brisbane City Council sand. Thank you very much.
Gone from one level to the ultimate with the playground sand, and courtesy of the Brisbane Shire Council, you get included in that sand a sample of kids' booger. And maybe some dog feces as well, just to put in your beautiful glass cabinet there to show off on your trophy.
Yeah, you might have to filter it through the old Sharps collection bin as well, depending on which suburb you collect them from. Certainly not mine. But maybe if you go half an hour out west, you might get a bit of that action.
Well, I can't say for myself that I know that part of the world too well, but there's definitely we're in Victoria. We have safe injecting rooms, so it's going to be full of sand and needles if you really want them. And if you do want some of that, we'll send some through, but it will be hazardous material. And I recommend you take gloves out and put them on before you put it in your trophy cabinet.
You get a bit of everything here in the AK Racing commentary box, including sharp-witted commentary. So we come for the racing and you stay for the rubbish coming out of our mouths this evening, as we have just hit 0 seconds left on the counter here for free practice 1. Next up, we've got a 10-minute qualifying session. And we're just looking at the timing tower here, and it looks like Reggie's got about a 3/10 advantage on McFadden. And then from there back, it's about a 1/10 gap, 1/10 gap, 1/10 gap, 1/10 gap, and then a 4/10 gap to 6th. So the top 5 are separated by maybe 7/10 at the moment. I expect McEwen probably to make his way up the order a little bit, as he has been red hot this season so far.
His race pace has been unbelievable and very consistent. And obviously the old saying is to finish first you must finish. And Alex has been the prime example of that in the races so far, from my observation anyway, Chris.
Yeah, that's right. He's got no problem in the finishing department. And we're not going to go there for now because this is still before 8 p.m. here in the golden land of Queensland. So Jackson is the last man remaining out on track. He will slide his way across the finish line to wrap up free practice. So I'm going to try and get ourselves a nice little vantage point to see the charge of the light car brigade in 1 minute 15 seconds from now, as they're all going to charge out. And considering it's quite a long lap, it's 1 minute 44, they're going to be pretty eager to get around and get started on their hot laps, I think, this evening.
Going to be fiery, especially with the long lap here, 1 minute 45s. It's not a little sprint circuit by any stretch, so one little error and you've got another maybe a minute before you get to the next side of the track to start a fresh lap. So all laps are going to count here, that's for sure. Binning it on the out lap is not ideal on a long circuit. It's a long way back to pits on the back of the tow truck, and it'll probably render your qualifying session null and void. But we've got a new driver in the server tonight, Dean Verrill. We've seen him in the chat the last couple of weeks, so he's decided to put his money where his mouth is finally. Here he is in the number 23. That's a nice looking. What would you call that? Would you call that the feminine predator skin, or?
I don't know. That looks nice.
I don't know.
I like the design.
I do. I like it. All right, it's different. Don't need any sponsors because he's obviously got plenty of money. So just put your own paint job on there. No need.
Here we go.
Here we go for qualifying, ladies and gentlemen.
Moving. Who is going to be first out on track? It's Mr. Jackson.
Oh, Jackson. It's a good song made after that last name. It will be interesting to see where Jackson comes in this qualifying, because one stage last week at Alton Park he was upside down and facing towards the sky, and then the next minute, in the second race he's on the podium.
Yes, he did claim his first podium of the season last week. So I'll tell you what, he'll be red hot and firing for another podium, or perhaps even take that next step up onto the top of the podium, and get to spray a bit of champagne around after the race.
We unfortunately can't see that on our stream, but it's one of the features that we all like to do virtually and in real life afterwards. There's plenty of ways to celebrate after a race in the real world, and we know a few of our members do it in different styles. So if Elijah can give us some feedback on what he does or what he has done after a win celebration, that will be fantastic, because we'll know for next time.
I like to try and encourage members to send a video of them doing a shoey after their first podium, and we've had a few that have obliged to that request. It's certainly not enough, though. We're gonna have to start forcing it. No more racing until that shoey video is sent. And as Elijah gets right out wide over the final turn, as he shoots his way down the straight, let's ride on board with him and let's describe this lap. Zach O'Reilly.
Thank you very much. It's a very long straight. As mentioned in practice, it just seems like an eternity here, but right into top gear, those 5 cylinders are howling as they come down here. Sounds like a bloody buzzard of hornets coming down the straight. Brake hard into turn 1. Don't try to go too wide there. Get a late apex and accelerate up into 3rd or 4th gear as we come around the second-hand turn. Don't quote me on the names of the turns. I've got no idea, but I know where to drive it. Hug this apex. Very nice line. Just don't try to run too wide. It'll wash too much speed off. And the beautiful long sweeping left hand here. It's actually it's nearly a hidden apex through here, and it's a blind crest as you come up across over the finish into the left-hander. That is definitely on camber, so you can really flick it in there and not have really any consequences because the curvature of the corner just runs you straight back where you need to be. Into the double right-hander, coming into the chicane. This is a right to left little tight section, and this is the run up the hill that is so important. We have seen so many beautiful battles here. Plenty of overtaking because the track is as wide as Australia is, and it's just a really nice place to look through as a spectator as well. Elijah's navigating it very good. Keep it tight on the inside here. Double apex, very much like Silverstone. And don't run too wide on that exit because it will run you wide and you will lose time because it is grippy out there. Late braking into the right-hander to get that car pointed as straight as you can up into the back straight, or the front straight, sorry, which will finish off the lap. And Elijah is going to come through here. It looks like it's a predicted 45.9-ish, so let's see if he gets into the 8s with that run. He could do so. Let's find out in 3, 2, 1, and he's done a... Where are we? 45.888. Good
There
number,
you
that.
go.
Very
There you
good
go.
number.
Yeah, Lowndesy will be impressed with that one for sure, as Newing just goes straight past him as well with a 145.7, and then Wright just comes in and blows him away with a 144.3, so he's 1.4 seconds in front already. We're going to wait for a couple of the other guys to come in. McEwen's still not in the 44s after his first hot lap, so they're all going to go around again, try and knock our man from New Zealand, Mr. Reggie Righteous, off the top step. We've got a prediction from Alex's dad in the chat there. He thinks Reggie, Alex, and Newing in that order for race 1. I think I like it. You see how Fergo's heading here. It's his first time out in these Audi TTs. He's just signed up about 5 minutes before the server went live. So we'll see how he's getting to grips with things here. Have we lost our co-commentator? I think I can't
I'm
hear him
here.
anymore.
I'm here.
He's there.
I'm sorry. Just had a bit of a dog distraction. I apologise.
It's all right. Ain't nothing like a hound. Oh, don't start that. Ferguson getting up towards the top of the hill here around the third sector, and that is... Who's that in his way there? That was... I think that was Matt Belton in the number 1 JPS livery. It did a kind thing there getting out of his way. He's under no obligation to do that on a flying lap.
No, not at all. But obviously you can be courteous. If you know you've stuffed your lap up anyway, you can get out of the way of someone coming who might be a bit quicker than you. So very well done. But Ferguson, that's really, his name's Andrew, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Ferguson. He's going to come over the line now. Let's see where he sits in. He looks like he's going to do about a 146 something, I would probably say, by the time he gets down there, even a 147.
It's a
what do we
long
look at?
way away.
147.3. So that will put him in 12th at the moment, and he's slowly overtaken by Pierce into 13th.
Yeah, it does not improve on his best overall there. And new man in the 17, Verrill. So he's got Alex in front of him as a bit of a sighter, maybe a bit of a helpful suck down some of these longer straights as well. So he's in the prime position here to maybe kick it up a notch into the second row. Oh, sorry, the first row. He's currently sitting in the second row provisionally. 3 minutes 30 to go, and he's only got 4/10 to make up to knock off McFadden, who is up in third spot there with a 145.1. I didn't quite see when that time came through, but I've always said he's one of the guys to watch out for, and I think this week he's just signed up for the V8s as well, so he's getting stuck into all the available racing here at AK Racing.
Very good to see some new members who come in and are instantly quick. It's very encouraging, very high quality racing here at AK. And it's just perfect to see more competition, fair driving, and hard battling as well. It's great to see. And Verrill's going to go here. I think he's going to go quicker. He's over half a second up on his best by the look of that. which will
Let's
put
see.
him somewhere in the 144s, I would say, if this is going to be a cracking lap.
I'm going to find
See
out.
where he sits.
Takes a long time for him to get down this straight, doesn't it? I'm sort of like, there's a couple of little false lines there. He does improve by a tenth. It's going to put him back up into fourth and overtake Newing, who jumped him just as he hit that long straight, and we had to wait that whole time for him to get down there. Ryan Ford in the server as well for the first time this season. He's just pulling into the pits maybe to chuck some new boots on and get a bit more fuel and go again for one more push to the end.
Gonna have to
Currently
hurry.
sitting 7th. Yeah, he's going to want to get moving very quickly. He's may not have enough time now, I'd say. Oh, geez. That's
I
going to
think
be
he's
tight.
done and dusted.
Yeah.
But by the time he gets up the pace and out of that pit straight, it's all over, Red
That's
Rover.
done for him. I
So
thought
who have we
Liang,
got on flyers at the moment? Liang.
he should improve from there. One of the better drivers in this series. He's also drives the V8s, but we haven't seen him for a few rounds. So we're going to get some sort of representative time here as he crosses the line for the first time. That was just an outlap, so he's going to get one more shot at it. I guess that's a minute 15 to go. So he's the time's going to run out before he gets around. So this will be his final lap of the session. That's not the camera.
Bear
I
with
wanted.
me. I'll be back in a second.
No worries. We're going to sit on the inside of the car here, just sitting on the center console. We do have our seatbelts on here in the virtual world, so there's no worries about safety here at AK Racing. Arthur Liang looking pretty nice here, getting right in on these apexes. I've seen a couple of drivers use up that apron on the outside there. I'm not too sure if you're allowed to, considering the track cuts in the game. So I think if you take too much of these aprons on the exits, it will invalidate your lap. So you'll see a couple of the guys maybe use them wisely during the races. You only get 5 cuts before you do have to take a little excursion down pit road. Arthur Lang
Which
getting
would be
around
very
well.
painful at this track too, mind you.
It's a long pit road. That would cost you about a minute, I'd say. Even, well, maybe not a minute, but it may as well be. As he gets it turned in for this final run down the longest straight in the world. Might just have a look on the internet and see what this straight is called. It's not going to tell me, but Arthur Liang is going to set a 145.9, which puts him up into 9th position. Righteous is done and dusted on a 144.3. He did not improve. Alex has, however, improved on a 144.6, and he's gone purple in the first sector, so he will be looking to maybe knock Reggie off here at the death. Although he's just thrown it all away in the second sector. That is 4/10 down on his best, and that is looking like a 45 dead. So that's not going to happen for him, but I think Alex might be okay just sitting on the front row and might try his hand at a good launch and maybe try and head Reggie into turn 1. Mr. Jackson is currently... I was going to say he was on for an improvement, but he just seemed to mess that final turn up there. He's bang on his average. He's taken all the road and more onto the grass, and I think that's pretty indicative of how his lap is going. I think Verrill did get around for one more, it looks like, or he's just using this extra time as a bit of practice.
He's got the checkered flag there, so he's done. And I think everyone was done here by the look of it, because Jackson has aborted his lap.
Yes.
Well, in great fashion, mind you.
He's playing a bit of pinball at the moment, so I'd say that's everyone done, and Dean Verrill just using this time wisely as just a little bit more practice. It's probably a good thing to do.
Why not?
Yeah, every lap counts, and
The more.
that'll be the starting grid now for race 1. We've got Reggie on top, McEwen second, McFadden third. Sorry, where are we? Jackson fourth. That's his best start, I think, so far of the season. That's his best qualifying result. Dean Verrill on debut in 5th, and Luke Newing 6th. So he's got some work to do there if Scott McEwen's prediction is going to come true. Followed by, sorry, you go.
No, I was going to say have a look between 4th to 9th there. There is less than a second between all of them. So mid-pack battle is going to be fiery as well as the lead battle, I would say. If Reggie can keep it all together, and then we've got McEwen right on his heels, and prediction would be a righteous McEwen and a Newing for the top 3 in race 1.
It'd be a good one. Let's have a little. Let's go up to these weather balloons.
See if anyone's in them.
Oh, no, we're going to get locked out. Oh no, here we go.
We've got the pilotless air balloons here, ladies and gentlemen, and they're on full blast.
And they're moving. That's pretty
They're
cool.
moving.
Okay, we're not going to be able to just step in and control these. We've got out of control air balloons here at Fuji, ladies and gentlemen. But what we do have
What
here
about
is
the blimp over there?
we've got a nice little view of the circuit. We're going to fly over to the blimp. Of course, the Fuji film blimp, and it's moving too, so that's going to be hard to get a grip of. There we go, the beautiful view of the circuit here. Maybe if we can see, is Mount Fuji in the background anywhere? No, the modders have not put it in from my vantage point, which is fair enough. I'm just making the viewers dizzy at home now. Turn 1 is going to be exciting, says Scott McEwen. Yes, it's one of those turn 1s. Let's fly down there and have a closer inspection of it. Whoop. As you can see, it's pretty tight. We're going to have, 15? How many cars we got in the server here? 16. We're going to have 16 Audi TTs firing their way down into this turn 1 in roughly 1.5 minutes' time.
Tell you what, it's a long way from the start grid to this corner as well. So very important to get that launch right, as Mr. McEwen has said.
There might even be time for a bit of slipstream, honestly, on the way down to turn 1. So perhaps the front row not where you want to be. I'd say maybe the guys tucking in on the second row might have the best bite of the cherry here.
Yeah, I agree. It's going to be very interesting. And look, if there is that amount of slack before we get down there, look out, because you're on cold tyres. You might have your brake bias a little bit too much in the rear just to stop the fronts from locking up, and there could be some carnage. Let's hope not, though.
There was a fair bit last week at Alton Park. The back end of the field they were certainly getting stuck into each other. And it was good for entertainment, but I'll tell you what, it wouldn't have been much fun to get involved in as a driver. So we look down this beautiful field here. I don't know why my camera just keeps stopping, but there it is. We'll go back to the front. We've got 1 minute and 45 seconds to go. We'll get a nice little view.
Let's get a prediction from yourself, Chris. Where are we thinking?
Well, let's have a look. Reggie has proven himself to be one of the quicker guys, so if he's not on the podium, at least there's probably something going on. So I'm going to tip Reggie for the win. I'm going to just go in order. So the exacta, or the quinella, is going to be, in my opinion, Reggie and Alex, as those guys in race trim are pretty untouchable. Third place is anyone's guess. I think anyone from McFadden all the way down to even Ryan Kennedy down there in 10th. Any of those guys are capable of sitting their little Audi up on the third step tonight. So I'm pretty excited to see who's going to do it.
Oh, this is going to be a cracking event here. Fuji always brings the best and the drivers, and there is a little bit of runoff, so a little bit of forgiveness if you do run wide, but it'll be the re-entries that will be the next challenge. Keep it safe, gentlemen, and we'll have some great racing here, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's right. We can see on a couple of these turns where they've got the big wide open exits, you might see a couple of cars sort of slingshot their way off. But the problem is if they slingshot their way back on again, there's going to be a few cars in the way. So hopefully everyone's got their racing hats screwed on tightly. as we are 19 seconds away from a start. We're set now. We've got the lights up on the screen. Going to try and get a good view here. And we are away and racing for race 1 tonight, and it looks like Reggie's got a pretty handy start there. Actually, a fantastic start with McEwen and McFadden in behind, but it looks like McEwen's going to just head off McFadden here on the inside, and we're just going to try and watch the field stream through. Seems like they've got through without incident, Zach O'Reilly.
That's a brilliant way to start the race, Chris, and as we can see, Elijah Jackson is already hounding McFadden. McFadden's struggling a little bit here. He's as who is that? As McFadden goes wide.
Yeah, that was Jackson.
That's an overtake to advantage. But anyway, very good to see straight away. This will be interesting coming up to the chicane here.
It looks like McFadden's going for the dive up next to Jackson, and Jackson gives him plenty of room, maybe too much room, because McFadden's got a bloody good run there, and but still just can't get his nose in front of Jackson there with Verrill. Look at this, he's right up in behind there in the slipstream. We're going to try and get a view on top and see how he handles it. As you can see, McFadden moving up through on Jackson. Verrill copped a little bit of a shunt there from behind. We're going to have to see who that was. It must have been Cass behind. And there's a car going up the inside. That is Arthur Liang. He's looking at Fergo. Gives him a little how you going as well. Thanks for coming, Fergo.
Yes, it's very, very easy to hit these cars because they squirm under acceleration and a bit of torque steer. So keep it clean, gentlemen. But how about Fergo? He's come from outside the top 10 and he's already in 9th position. So could be a sneaky for a top 5 here as well, Fergo.
You'd like his chances at the moment anyway. He's looking at, who's he got? He's got Arthur Liang in front of him and just a gaggle of cars all in a line, nose to tail, coming down this straight, as McEwen has made up a fair bit of ground on Reggie Righteous. Reggie going to have to go defensive here into turn 1, and both of these guys are going to go side by side into turn 1. McEwen looking for a switch back. Not going to happen right now, but he's probably happy just to sit in behind and maybe try and force a mistake in this next 22 minutes.
Oh, he's gonna have a crack, I reckon, coming around into Coca-Cola Corner. As I found out what the corner names are, this is 100R as we come around. But very, very good racing by the both of them. Just gentleman-like at the moment. But Alex racing very wisely at this point. He's going to wait for the suck down the front straight, I reckon, and make his move. Yeah,
there's no reason to get too hasty on the overtake when you do have a 2.5 second advantage to the car behind. Who is McFadden, who is still sitting there in 3rd place. There's a bit of a change for position here as Jim Park and Andrew Ferguson are swapping positions, and that's given Pierce a nice little run. I think Fergo might have had a bit of a mishap there because he's coming in. Oh, geez, he was coming in pretty hot there. I think there was a bit of contact by the way that the front of that Audi looks and the rear of it. I think poor old Ferguson's been in the wars so far.
Oh, he's got to keep his head on. He's got to get that temperature down. I can see his face going a little bit red here at the moment out of frustration. And he's just got to keep bide his time. He's got 21 minutes and 43 seconds. So what would that be? About 13, 14 laps, I reckon. And plenty of time. Bit
of swapping, changing positions down here with Belton Kennedy. Nick Mole going off the track there. Kennedy in that nice-looking boost livery. He's going to have a big-time suck here on Matt Belton in front. Let's see how it affects him down this long straight. He's pulled out very early.
He's definitely boosting himself past that other Audi, so to speak.
There you go.
And
very good.
It's just going to be interesting because we've got a 3-way battle into turn 1 here.
Now we're talking, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to be last on the brakes? We got Nick Mole up the inside. They're all going to give each other a bit of room. Nick Mole hits Kennedy, who in turn hits Matt Belton on the outside. So there's a bit of funny stuff going on, but you can expect that when they're going 3 wide around this this first turn here at Fuji.
Oh, well, they've done that well. They've just sort of single-filed themselves back in and race on, fellas. Play on. As Righteous is still held off McEwen for that other lap, just mind you. So very well done so far by Reggie.
As we see, Reggie's in defensive mode at the moment, just placing his car where it needs to be for the time being. He really wants to get a hurry up through this 3rd sector because he knows he's going to be vulnerable down this long straight as McEwen comes in wide and looks for a bit of a late apex. This is the uphill section into the third sector. He's still got a couple more turns before we hit that big long straight. Guys, tough. There's a few things in life that are guaranteed is death and taxes, and Guy Duff in the messages in the chat professing his love for Reggie Righteous. So all is well in the world so far, as Reggie's going to have to go defensive, and he goes right to the line there, right to the wall. There's nowhere for Alex to go. Just going to see what he decides to do here. Reggie sort of got him covered here for now. That was pretty well done there from Reggie.
That was very, very gentlemanlike as well. No barging each other into the fence. So very well done from Reggie. And yeah, play on again for another lap here. It's very hard to see the suck down the straight there, because I might put a prediction in that Reggie just gets a really, really good run off the last corner, and the suck isn't that effective. There must be a tailwind, so to speak.
Perhaps. Or I think he's a smart driver, is Reggie. He would have thought about this and probably known that that final turn is probably the most important on the track if you're going to be defending from behind. So he might have done just a little bit of extra practice just to get that preferred line and just to get that exit absolutely nailed before he came into the server tonight. Just to keep, because he would have known there would have been a couple of these guys nipping at his heels coming around that final turn tonight, and he's got one in Alex McEwen, and these two are still joined at the hip here and now on the third lap. Jeez, it's a long lap here at Fuji.
Very important as well to keep in mind that with a long laps and then a long circuit itself, your tyres can go off a little bit, especially with here. But in terms of overdriving the car, very hard to overdrive a front-wheel drive car if you have unlimited rear traction, which these Audis seem to have. As Nick Mole's just gone wide again. Looks like there could have been something happening there between himself and Kennedy, but play on again. We've got a little bit of a pack building up here between 4th, 5th and 6th by the look of it. It's petered out a touch, but still. They're still all around each other. They're not really giving each other much leeway to take a breather, Chris.
No, they're all sort of locked in a bit of a time battle at the moment. Just, I guess they're all just waiting for the first man to crack, and any little mistake is going to be pounced upon by any one of these guys at the moment, because they're all, 3/10, 4/10 the difference really. Verrill not dropping Jackson, or maybe just a little bit in that last sector there. But McFadden doing a great job here up in third.
Absolutely, but I would say that McFadden would be the pace holder at the moment. He's dropped 3.5 seconds nearly off the back of McEwen, so could be a bit of a suck battle if Verrill can't get past him too soon, and that will bring Jackson and Ewing straight back into it. As Jason just locked the wheel there, and he's lost it. He's lost, and there goes Verrill. He's gone straight up the inside. Said, "Thank you, mother, for the rabbits. I'll take position 3 off you." But looks like we've got this will be interesting coming up onto the back straight here. How many positions will Verrill lose with that error?
Yeah, well, he's got himself up onto the podium so far on debut, which is a bloody great effort here at AK Racing. But he's been around these sim racing traps for many a year, has Mr. BZ Verrill. But he's found himself up into third place, which is fantastic. And Jackson now, he's only, half a second behind McFadden. And McFadden be a bit disappointed with that mistake. But as I said earlier, that's what these guys are waiting for. Just a bit of a mistake, something to open the door just a little bit so they can just stick their foot in or stick their nose in and have a little look.
Oh, jeez. I thought Elijah was going to go straight into the back of McFadden then. Yeah. But he held it off very well done. And just to that point too, that uphill section is crucial, because if you do make a mistake, the momentum going uphill is so detrimental if you do lose that, because your car has to then accelerate with more effort, and the momentum from the car behind is just too powerful. It's just nearly impossible.
It's the word of the day, momentum. Getting up that hill, it's quite the sort of It's quite the hill, really. I was searching for the word. It's quite the
Quite the hill.
incline. Quite the incline. As Jimmy Park's up behind. Oh, look out. He's made the move stick here on Risky Pierce. Pierce going to try and fight back. Oh, my goodness. There's a lot of weaving. And that was... How did he not just tap the rear end of Jimmy Park, who's made his way up into 9th, by the way. So credit to Parky. He's been doing a bit of practice this week by the looks of it.
Absolutely.
Look at those
Speaking
two
of-
battling out behind. Oh, that's a big dive from Fergo. And that's he's just sort of got a bit of a switchback applied to him from Pierce. And Kennedy's going to join this battle as well. This is all heating up back here.
Absolutely. There's more weaving here than the bloody reupholstery shop, but a lot of defending going on and different apexes, late apexes, early apexes. Who can get the best run and just see how it all turns out in the end. This is heating up here, only under 15 minutes to go. And that is Pierce running wide.
Yeah, we're just going to have a look because Jackson and McFadden are side by side. McFadden has not gone defensive here. He's left the door open, and Jackson has shoved his car up the inside of that car of McFadden. And that'll be the job done into turn 1. That was a nice, easy, clean move there. Well done, boys. But we're going to get back to this because Ferguson and Kennedy fight side by side. And in front, Park and Pierce as well. They're 2 by 2. Hurrah, hurrah.
Looks like we've got some speed from Parky. He's had a hardware issues all year, and I think he might have just ironed them out a bit here, Chris. This is great to see.
Well, it's about bloody time. He's been around the traps plenty, and we're all cheering him on here for a good result. Hopefully he can stay on the track for another 13 minutes. That's all he's got to do. And but he's got maybe a bit of defending to do as well. As we look back behind him, he's got Pierce, Kennedy, Ferguson, Mull, all within maybe a second and a bit. Mull getting up the inside of Ferguson. But Ferguson's going to have the inside for the next turn. This is a great track for racing. There's plenty of room for all cars to go 2 by 2 and not lose too much time. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I'm with you 100%. And sometimes the inside move is disadvantageous to the next corner because you will then be on the outside. So you've got to pick your marker before you do that move and bide your time, so to speak. Maybe get someone into the next corner before you have a crack, so to speak.
It's the thinking man's circuit, they say. As Nick Moles had a bit of a moment here. He's going the long way around the trailer park girl entry there, and that looks like... Is that Ferguson slowing down a bit? Might be a redressing, maybe? No, he's just trying to defend, perhaps. But he's got...
I think he is. His pace in the qualifying was not relative to these guys, so I think they're just starting to get in the rhythm, and Ferguson's still struggling there with his car for a little bit, but this could be a double overtake here if they get the suck. This is going to be good into turn 1.
It is. We're missing a little battle up front, but we're here at the moment, so we're going to watch these guys go through. Ferguson very late on the brakes there. I think he's
done.
He's gone way too far there. As Newing and McFadden were battling down that straight as well. These two locked in the tight battle. Oh, hang on. We've had 2 DNFs here. Reggie and McEwen. What's going on here?
What has happened there, ladies and gentlemen?
Well, that can't be good. That's got to be hardware or... No, that's got to be... Oh, hang on. We're going to find out. I'll be back.
As the racing continues, well, Chris decides what to do with the hardware issues we have here connection-wise. Arthur Liang is doing very well here. He's just biding his time, I would say. He's about 1.8 seconds behind the Cass in front of him. But the battles at the front now is basically back to Verrill and Jackson. So unfortunate for our 2 drivers in Righteous and McEwen, who are both leading by a country mile. But race on, they say, and with 11 minutes to go, this could be spicy at the back here if Jackson can keep going with that forward momentum, because he's only 4 tenths away now. So Verrill's got everything to lose, and it's got to be one of those things where you just get in your head and you think, oh no, am I stuffing it up here? Am I running too wide? I don't know where to go, and you start looking in the back of your mirrors instead of forward. And you just got to keep your head straight on, as Jackson's getting a bit of a toe down the front straight here. He's a bit too far away to make a move just yet. He's going to try and do a bit of a dive up the inside, but no, all is well, as Verrill just runs a bit wide there on the exit. But this is bringing in a bit of a battle here, because McFadden is now 1.5 seconds behind Jackson, and Newing's on his tail. only 6/10 away. So could be a bit of a battle here again for fourth and fifth, and maybe for first and second. It's going to be fantastic to watch.
Well,
As we said earlier.
I've got the inside scoop. They were both... Well, Reggie was defending from Alex down the main straight, and they got a bit too close to the pit wall, and the game has both given them a drive-through penalty for speeding and then kicked because the speed was well over what they allow in the game. And now they can't rejoin the server because they've been locked out.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you very much, Italian developers. That's just ruined someone's race. For
Yeah, that's...
track limits, a track limit bug, so to speak.
Yep, that has actually happened to me before at Road America. Same thing, defending up against that pit wall. And the game detected me as being in pit lane when I wasn't, and doing 250 k's an hour. They decided, no, you need to be kicked from that server immediately. But Eliza Jackson now, we're going to have to do a bit of a server restart in between to get these two back in the server. Jackson all over the back of BZ Verrill at the moment, and he's going to have the ultimate line here for turn one. He's going to have, oh, look at this. BZ late on the brakes. That's a bit too late. He's outbraked himself, and Jackson will almost move up into the lead. Verrill's going to fight him.
Verrill had the inside run here, so I think he's still got the first position at the moment.
Oh, jeez.
Elijah will be... Oh, no, he's run wide. Don't throw it away too yet, son. Oh, no, I think he has. Oh, rejoin safely, please. Yeah.
Yes.
It's all happening.
He's back. He's still got 8 minutes 20 to go. Don't get too hot under the collar just yet. He's under attack here from McFadden, who's going to just look through on the inside here. Oh, no, this is great. Verrill's rubbing his hands together right now, saying, yes, boys, you guys just battle it out back there. And Newing's joined the party as well. We've got 3 of them now. Oh, McFadden for the big dive.
Oh, wow.
Has
he got it done?
He's got it pulled up, but I don't think he's got the move done. They're going to go switching back up the chicane, a little bit of a love tap up the hill, and that's going to give Newing a bit of an invitation. But it looks like McFadden didn't see Newing there on the outside, and that's put him off the track.
Is that going to cause Newing some... No, Cass is a fair way behind still, so he hasn't lost the position, luckily. But he'll have to get his racing boots on quickly and get back up to this battle in front, because it's heating up there, something chronic.
It is all heating up here. We're going to go on board with McFadden. We're going to watch these guys. I'm going to let you commentate for a bit because I've got to do a bit of server adjustments.
No worries. As McFadden, he will be looking for a suck down the straight. And a bit of weaving here there, backed into the net shop again, as I said before. But looks like there could just be a standard drag race down to the finish line. Who's going to flinch first? Will it be Jason or will it be Elijah? It is Jason, and Elijah sticks to his guns there, but looks like Jackson's got a bit of a run. Maybe just too far back at the moment to make a move. This is great racing, and Verrill again, as Chris said, he's just rubbing his hands together and saying, "Keep going, boys. That'll give me an advantage out the front." As Elijah just runs wide there, it's very sketchy over those bumps as we come in to the 180R section, and I would say that coming into the hairpin will be the next move that we could see if they don't get the suck down the straight, but it is heating up here at the front. The mid-pack has sort of teetered off a bit there. There's nothing really going on there. Everyone's driving around, so we'll keep an eye on these guys here in second and third. Only half a second between each driver from first to second to third, so this could be anyone's game. A little bit of a lock-up there from Jason, but it's very crucial that you don't do too many of them. You don't want to ruin your tyres, especially with 6 minutes to go. That'll give you the advantage at the end, whoever has the best tyre life. You don't want to sacrifice them too early. And look at Verrill's run wide somewhere, and Jackson has now got an invitation here to go maybe around the outside. No, he sticks foot, but this will be a great three-way battle down the straight, because they are going to have an incredible tow behind Verrill if they get the run out of the final Panasonic corner, so to speak. And yeah, Verrill's run wide, so it's on here. Jackson's going to have to go for it because he's got McFadden behind him, and McFadden's going to be thinking, I'm going to take the suck here, and we're going to have a three-way battle into turn one. Again, who's going to flinch first? We will see, but the inside line generally would favour here And it looks like... Verrill's having to give up third, but who's it going to be between Jackson and McFadden? It's Jackson. So Jackson is in the lead. Look out, ladies and gentlemen. This could be champagne-esque. From upside down to third last week to now in first position here, possibly for his Wednesday Cup feat. That is amazing. Well done, sir. So let's see what McFadden does. He'll be a bit rattled by that, and Verrill will be wanting revenge. He won't want to go too far away from the lead here. And take a breath. Holy cow, I nearly blew up like Johnny Tapp. This is incredible racing here. So, back to second and third. We will see where Verrill ends up. I wonder if he's just used up a bit of his tyres or if it was just a driver error in that end battle there down the straight. And McFadden is very good under brakes into Dunlop corner. And Elijah's just got to be looking forward now. Don't look too far back in your mirrors and just focus on getting those lines and apexes perfect to maximise the run, because that straight is a dynamite, in terms of slipstream battling with the length and the tailwind, so to speak, going on down there at the moment. It looks like Elijah's going to take the wide run as Jackson is overtaken by McFadden, and McFadden now takes the first position, and he's not going to be able to do anything here at the moment because it'll be neck and neck down the straight with fixed setups here, no wing adjustments or anything, so it is just now a momentum game. And I wonder if Jackson's going to get the suck again, the reverse suck down the straight from second, and maybe get the slipstream and take a dive bomb into turn one. Will he do so? Yes, it looks like he is going to have another crack. They both go hammer and tong. They're nearly contacted each other. They have. And Jackson has gone, no, he's given it back to McFadden in courtesy, I would say there. But Verrill is now right back into this. He might take the dive down somewhere into 100 or the hairpin. And ladies and gentlemen, what a three-way battle here for the lead we've got. We've got Chris back in the commentary box.
What a time to duck out of the commentary box for a second. I've come back and hear all the action happening. I just want to watch and get involved as well. Just a bit of back end work to do to try and get McEwen and Reggie back in for race 2. But holy moly, it looks like it's all happening here with McFadden now on the verge, 2 minutes and 47 seconds away from his first win in AK Racing with the Jackson. Is, well, certainly looking at his first second place podium, and we got Verrill on debut as well, but look who's chimed in now. It could be a little four-way battle now to the end of the race. This is all heating up here in Fuji.
Hotter than a bloody sauna in Japan at the moment. It is cracking here at Fuji, and Newing will just be, again, hoping that someone makes an error or dive bombs and he can take a position or two. But McFadden's just got to be consistent. As I said, same thing with Jackson and Verrill. Looks like that inside line is a good run. If you get that, absolutely perfect. You've got to suck down the straight, and Jackson's going to go again. Don't get too close to the wall, boys. You'll get kicked.
Yeah, I'm sure they're in the comms saying the same thing. You won't see anyone going anywhere near that pit wall, I've got a feeling. He pulls out, and here goes Jackson. We've seen him very confident under brakes on that last lap, and I think we're going to see another little... look at that. He's actually outbraked himself. And McFadden goes straight back to the lead with a little switchback. Perfectly done.
Wow, we've got 2 laps to go here, I would say. One more, and this lap and one more, sorry, I can't even speak. I'm that excited, and looks like we've got another three-way battle for the lead on the last lap coming up, ladies and gentlemen. If Newing just stays where he is, he'll finish 4th, but he'll be wanting a piece of the action. He'll be hungrier than an Ethiopian at the moment to get involved there. It should be a cracking finish here, ladies and gentlemen.
World Vision sponsoring our first race of the evening tonight, funnily enough. But look, these gaps are getting closer and closer as Verrill's probably starting to look in his mirrors now. He's got Luke Newing. He's gone for the little dive here into the chicane. He's left himself plenty of room, and Verrill's just going to drive around the outside. No worries there. You don't want to go taking out the new blokes. That's not very good juju here at AK Racing. But I think they might have one more lap after this. What do you think, Zach O'Reilly? I think we've got 35 seconds. That might... it's going to be very close. This could be the end.
Oh, this could be the end. This could be. I might have overcooked my own excitement in the timing department there.
Oh.
And, oh no! Is that a move? Is this the move, ladies and gentlemen? Are we going to get to the finish before the time runs out? Or are we going to see a switch for position here? Possibly on the last lap. I think we're going to get to the finish line, Chris, and get one more lap in here.
I think we are too.
Oh, this is on like Donkey Kong here, ladies and gentlemen. We've got Jackson on the inside now. And he's got him. Is he going to outbrake himself?
We got one more lap, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to have to get his brake marker right. There's contact. Oh, look at that. Bit of contact, ladies and gentlemen. And that'll give Jackson the lead again. And he's forged himself a little half a second gap as well. Verrill still sitting in third. And Ewing right up the arse of Verrill at the moment. He's only 2 tenths away. Watching all the action unfold in front on this last lap.
Oh, jeez, hard to take a breath around here. Will Ewing do a dive bomb up the inside of Verrill coming into the Dunlop corner, which is the chicane before the uphill section, ladies and gentlemen, just for an FYI. And, keep going, Chris. I'm out of breath.
That's where he made the move on the lap previous. So he's probably maybe a little bit too far back here. So they're all just hoping for a bit of a mistake. And there is a bit of a mistake there from, I think it was McFadden, crashing over the curbs, but he's got himself right up to the back of Jackson. It's all come down to this final turn. Who can get the best exit? And there's going to be a little drag race to the line, I've got a feeling, because McFadden is right up behind. Oh, look at this. There's a mistake from Jackson, and they're side by side at the moment.
Who's going to get the inside line and the best line out of the corner?
Yeah, McFadden's going to have the slingshot. Oh, my God.
Where are we going to finish, ladies and gentlemen?
There's weaving going on. McFadden's going to hold his line. I'm going to have to go to a side view here to see who's going to get in front. Oh, they're neck and neck over the line. Who's it going to be? Oh, it's Jackson. I think Jackson's got the win here. Oh.
Closest ever battle.
There we go.
And they've yeeted each other over the line. Only 27 hundredths of a second between them. That was Indianapolis 500 finish specials. Wow. What a race.
I still don't know who won. It looked to my eye that Jackson had the win, but it says on the live timing that McFadden has been given that win. Jackson second for now. Provisional results until the stewards have a look into the photo finish. Verrill gets a podium on debut. Great drive from him. Ewing in fourth. Watched all that action happen. He had the absolute front row ticket to that. Luke Cass with a great drive there, up into fifth. Arthur Liang, sixth, made his way up the order. Ryan Kennedy as well, started near the back, finished seventh. Very good effort from him. Risky Pierce, Nick Mole, Jimmy Park in a top 10. Ryan Ford, Chris Pinkney, Matt Belton and Ferguson round out your top 14. With poor old Righteous and McEwen having a bit of a software issue there. So we're gonna. Oh, Ferguson not happy. He's going to plough that into the fence. Now, we're going to try and sort out this server to see, once this ticks over, if Reggie and McEwen can sign back in.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Home. Fingers crossed. But that was one hell of a race.
Absolutely. Looks like we've got some of Need for Speed Underground-esque stunt driving here from everyone. Trying to do the old reverse donut and a bit of a J-turn in the front-wheel drive Audis. As Ferguson, he just rammed the point home harder than anything at the end there. He was not happy. So we'll see what happens for the next race. Fingers crossed we can get our two ex-leaders of race one back into the server.
Well, we're going to find out shortly, and I'm sure they're going to let me know. Reggie is in the chat at the moment. Up the waz, says Reggie in the chat. That is a New Zealand driver's 1-2 finish there. Pretty exciting stuff. My phone is ringing, but I'm going to have to answer that later. So we might just get a little panoramic view of the circuit again while we fiddle with a few settings on the back end. As we can see the helicopter flying around there, getting us all the nice top-down views here at Eco Racing.
Got some blimps and everything. We've got every flying apparatus here that was invented way back in the early 1900s, ladies and gentlemen.
You might see the Wright brothers flying over soon.
We could do. We've got the Hindenburg out the side there to our left-hand side, and we've got the first ever helicopter. Maybe that's not a Black Hawk, I wouldn't say. That's just the television helicopter. And then we've got the Vice City Special there in the green, just hovering over turn 1. Brings back memories of playing Grand Theft Auto there. Have we got our 2 drivers in the server, Chris?
I'm just checking in. Let's have a look. They are not. Although
Alex is in.
They are
and
in.
Righteous. They're in.
Very good. Will they stay in? I believe so.
That's what she said.
That's good. I'm going to just check in the chat here to see if everything's good.
Bear with us for a moment, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, we've got the all clear from the drivers. They're back in the server for race 2. And it is Jimmy Park on pole position. He's going to be flying out there in front. No one in front to get in his way, so he'll be barreling down towards turn 1 with no intrusions there, maybe. Nick Mole beside him.
He'll be as nervous as a cat in a room full of rocking chairs, Jimmy Park, at the moment, I reckon.
Oh, yeah.
He'll be shitting bricks, so to speak.
Nick Mole beside him with Brandon Pierce and Ryan Kennedy off the second row. So this is interesting stuff. We've got a couple of speedy boys that did not quite have the race that they were hoping for, starting off in the second row, which I predicted was a pretty good spot to start with this massive long straight. They might just have that first bite of the cherry with Arthur Liang there and Luke Cass off the third row, Luke Newing, Dean Verrill, McFadden and Jackson. And because of the guys not making 75% race distance, Alex McEwen and Reggie Righteous will be starting from the very back at this race. So that'll be good viewing. To keep an eye on those two, just to see how they fare through this pack. We're going to go back to Jimmy Park. We're going to go and have a look at what angles we've got available. There's quite a few. Maybe that one. So 20 seconds to a race start. We got lights up and I can hear some engines revving. These guys are ready for a top 10 reverse grid race here for race 2 of the evening here at Eco Racing Wednesday Cup. Round 3 here at Fuji. Who is going to take the win? It is a pretty tardy start there from Park, but it looks like Pierce is going to have a ripping start there. He's going to split the middle there, and he's going to go up into the first position. Maybe Ryan Kennedy very late on the brakes. Might be a bit of contact there, but he doesn't. He follows Pierce through, and Pierce will have the lead of this race with Park slotting in behind. Kennedy, Liang and Cass going 2 by 2 around this fast left-hander. Maybe a bit of contact there beforehand, but there's definitely contact afterwards, and that is Cass giving Liang a fairly big shunt there, and Verrill's made his way up to 6th already.
Wow. You'll be absolutely stoked at the moment, Dean Verrill. He'll be foaming at the mouth and trying to make his way through this pack as quick as he can, because McEwen is already in 9th.
Yeah, have a look at that.
And that is an unbelievable start.
How did he get there?
And Newing's already all over him.
That's unreal. McFadden dropping down the order. He's just sort of battling a little bit with Cass here, going into, what was this turn called again? Dunlop. Dunlop turn, original. Heading up the hill, it looks like McEwen and Jackson battling it out. McEwen's going to have the inside run here. Dean Verrills in front, as you can see. These guys going side by side up and around this turn. Oh, a bit of contact maybe. Well, there's definitely contact, and that is Jackson sliding at the back there, as we can see. So he's got a bit of work to do to get back up there. Verrill and Cass side by side as well. The number 16's been in the wars already. He's going to have... Well, look at that view. That's good to see. Riding on board Luke Cass now, and he's got a massive suck on the car in front. That is the 23 of Dean Verrill. So he's going to make that move. He's going to try and make that move stick into turn one. They're going side by side. There's a car in front of McFadden. It's sort of halted. It halted Verrill's momentum there at the end of the straight because he's sort of travelling a little bit slowly. I don't know if there's damage there on McFadden's car or what, but he's under big pressure now from McEwen.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. He did take a little bit to warm up in race one as well, find the rhythm. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly he can get into that rhythm from race one again, as McEwen is just all over the back of him. And yeah, interesting to see what's going on with Dean Verrill there as he makes a move down the inside. Very well done into the hairpin.
He's got Reggie Righteous on his outside, so better off just slipping into that slipstream and try and follow Reggie through this pack. We've seen Verrill going up and down like a yo-yo in this first couple of minutes of the race. He was as high as 6th or 5th even, and now he's found himself down in 10th with just a gaggle of cars everywhere you look. These guys are going too wide up the hill, and he just doesn't have the momentum there, so Reggie's going to have the better of it for the moment.
Oh, geez, it's all happening here. We've got battles left, right and centre.
Yeah, there's something on for the lead, so we're going to just go and check that out.
I was going to say, Parky has got back P1 after losing and going down to P3, so he's taken the lead again, as Pearce is going to be all over the back of him coming down the straight, and so too will Kennedy, because Kennedy's a little bit closer than Pearce is to Parky. So who's going to get the suck first?
It's the story of a young man's life. Ryan Kennedy now with the first suck here on Piercy, and he's got that move done all the way here at the end of the straight. So Parky going defensive. I don't know if there's any need for that, and he's just completely made a mess of it, and that'll give Alex McEwen the lead of the... No, that's not Alex McEwen. That is Ryan Kennedy, the lead of the race.
Ryan McKennedy.
Ryan McKennedy. That's Mike Kennedy, and that's Malang behind him. Here comes Arthur Liang up into second, and look who it is. It is Alex McEwen, has made his way from last up to third within 2 laps.
That is probably the quickest I've ever seen someone come from last to a podium position in AK racing.
That is unreal.
Oh no, he's got been massively tapped around by Liang.
No, it's all happening here. There's a car park behind. Who's got the worst of it there? I think Verrill. Oh no.
Oh no.
You don't want to see it for the new guys in the server. I think there was not much he could do about that. He came around that corner and there was already cars parked from when McEwen and whoever it was getting stuck into each other. I think it was the 57. That was unfortunate for Verrill. Hopefully doesn't have too much damage. We'll just have a look on the inside here and see what... I'm sure there's aero damage, which is going to hurt him.
Definitely aero damage, and his driver's side window's got more cracks than a nudist beach at the moment. And it's just going to be... Oh no, he's even gone wide there. So he's a bit razzled, Dean. Just get your head back in line, son. You'll be right. You'll probably get a top 10, I would say. So... Yeah, it will be a bit of aero, Chris, in other words.
Still plenty of time to go in this race. And as we've seen from McEwen, it can be pretty easy to make up positions if you know how to do it. And I'm pretty sure this guy knows how to do it. So he'll be lining up with Pearce. Actually, Pearce was up there with McEwen as well before that incident. So there was a fair bit going on there. Pretty tough to break down and see what actually happened.
I think with that incident, as we see a little battle heading up here, that Jim Park got caught wide, and I think he got turned around on the inside coming into the hairpin there, and that's why he's back down in 12th, and I think he got caught up the worst out of everyone, unfortunately.
Yep. So you got to be very aware of cars around you. If there's someone coming up the inside, do not turn in. Something like that can happen very easily out here with cars going very quickly.
call. Geez, McFadden's trying to make a move on Ferguson. I think he's got the job done.
Oh, a little bit.
Not
of,
as yet, ladies and gentlemen.
A little
Could
bit
be
of a
on.
tap there. Oh, they're rubbing panels here. Fergo and McFadden. McFadden just very late under brakes and gets the job done easily.
You can tell Ferguson's not driving his Volvo in real life because he would not be anywhere near another car. Wouldn't want to be panel damaging that thing.
No way.
As Righteous is now going to be on the back of Ferguson soon, I would say, based on the pace from race 1 before the incident happened. So we'll see how he can make his way through the field.
Yeah, he's still got 18 minutes to do it, and let's count the seconds. 1.5, 2 and 3, 4, 5, 6. It's only about 7 seconds to the lead from his perspective. So I'd say he's still fairly confident that he'll be up there on the podium, considering his pace earlier in this evening. He's got the suck now. Fergo going to try and maybe make him go the long way around. And I can give you the tip, Reggie won't be going anywhere near that pit wall.
He will have learnt, that's for sure.
I'm sure everyone in the server now probably knows about that as well. Oh, Fergo. Almost gave him a little bit of panel damage for his worries.
Play on, ladies and gentlemen, as Alex McEwen sets the fastest lap of the race, sitting there in 4th. So his pace has not changed. He's not been disheartened from last week. And the biggest loser out of this race is, unfortunately, Jim Parks at this stage. He will be ruining the day that whatever happened down there, and wishing he could have avoided it somehow. But that's racing, as they say, ladies and gentlemen. In the wrong place at the wrong time, and that can all happen.
And it's all happening here tonight. We've got Cass up behind McEwen now, so that gap sort of has come down. So I don't know if Alex maybe had a little moment back there, or he's just caught battling with Liang up in front. Jackson and Ferguson swapping positions there as Ferguson just sort of manhandles his way through there with a bit of contact as well. The panel beaters are going to be busy with his car after this round, that's for sure. Jackson trying to just battle it around the outside, maybe look up the inside of the next one. He's having a look, and he's got that move so half sorted. Not quite enough
to get the slingshot back up the straight on him. He's down the wide apex. He's
looking for
having a crack.
He's looking for it, ladies and gentlemen, and it looks like he does have the better exit, and he will be assisted by a bit of that slipstream as well. So he's by the suck, as we say here in the AK commentary box, booth box.
The missionary commentary position.
That's right. As we see Chris Pinkney, well, it looks like Jackson's got that move done, so we're going to keep an eye on Pinkney now up next to Verrill as well. Verrill definitely struggling with a bit of damage, but certainly better under brakes than Chris Pinkney there, and makes that move void for now. And Chris Pinkney's actually dropped a position to Parky as well, so he looked good for a little while, but he's just heading backwards for now. Reggie and McFadden starting to heat up.
The temperature on the oven's cooking. It's getting up to about 250 at the moment, or 230 if he's got a fan-forced oven. And this is going to be a three-way battle here. We've got McFadden, Righteous, and Jackson. Oh, is it? Or am I completely wrong? No, Cass, McFadden, and Righteous. 3 wide into the Dunlop hairpin, Dunlop corner. And Reggie just got 5th position there. He said, thank you very much. The biggest loser... Oh, geez, this is going to be on all the way up the hill.
Yet. McFadden's going to shove it up the inside, but he's just a bit too far back. Reggie's got that move done, and he's lining up on Cass now. Where's his mate? Alex McEwen's made his way up to 2nd for now. Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, that'll give McFadden straight back here. That position, 5th position. Oh, my God, how am I going tonight? Get these words out.
On fire tonight. It's been great to listen to.
Sure it is.
More mistakes in the commentary box than on the track at the moment. But we've got plenty going on here. As we're going to see a suck move here from Righteous on Cass. Oh no, it's the opposite. Cass was trying to do the suck on Righteous. And Cass is it going to be enough? Oh, is it McFadden? Is it?
Yeah, McFadden in front there. So, and McFadden very late on the brakes, and that's given Reggie a little look up the inside, and that is Jackson chiming in as well. So we've got another little three-way starting to heat up.
Tell you what,
Gonna
they
go
all
on
want to
top.
get to the cast pretty quickly here. They might want to put a bet on it too, because they're trying to get into him and past him with the win, so to speak.
Cashing in their chips and betting all in on red number 7 at the moment. Here is Elijah Jackson. Just watching the battles unfold in front. He's got Righteous McFadden up there in the distance as well, as it looks like Newing has had a
What's
gutser.
happened to Newing?
That is a drive-through penalty for Luke Newing. That's a little excursion through the pit lane, and he's going to come out in 12th position. That's a long pit lane. 13th. Kennedy is DNF. Ford is DNF. I think we might have had the old too close to the pit wall strike twice in 2 races.
Ah,
Gee whiz.
well, let's hope not. Let's hope not, but it could be very highly likely. I
Yeah.
wouldn't put money on it, but still very likely. As Parker's now made himself back up into the top 10. Bit of a recovery drive there from Jim Park, but this battle here is getting a bit spicy. It's really the only close battle on the track at the moment, and unless Dean Verrill has anything to say about that.
Yeah, look at
he'll
this.
take position straight away. Fergo's just absolutely in the wars here, and he's gone back into 7th. Parky's gone up beside
Oh,
Fergo as well,
stuff
and
going on
Pierce.
here. Sorry, mate. I don't know where to look. It's all happening here. We've got cars going left and right, swerving down the straight. Verrill's on a comeback drive. He's got how many seconds to the car in front? You could just see them going around the corner there. So 4.6 to make it up to Elijah Jackson in front. And still 11 minutes on the clock, Zach O'Reilly. I think there's plenty of time for him to make some more headroom.
Well, his car might be a little bit damaged, but he's not letting that hold him back. That's a beautiful looking JPS livery. I would have chosen that one. But play on, ladies and gentlemen. We've got less than 11. Well, we've got 11 and a half minutes to go, or thereabouts. And it is spicing up here. We are back at the Indian restaurant. Every week we seem to get back here. We get Uber Eats at that joint. It's very popular. Everything gets spicy, and we do like a bit of a vindaloo here, there, and everywhere. As Fergo's just struggling with that car. I don't know. He must have more hits than Elvis at the moment on that thing. And I think Matt Belton's just going to say thank you. Although Matt Belton, look at his bonnet. It is flapping around a bit there. It's flapping harder than a duck in a gale force wind. But he's going to take the position up the inside of Fergo, or is he? Yes, he is, because Fergo has run wide, but he's going to give him a
look
lap
at that.
back. Wow, what a hole shot from Fergo. He's just said, nah, I'm not today, Junior. I'm taking that one back. So another lap there for Belton.
He's having a great time out there, I'm sure, Ferguson. He's got Matt Belton all over the back of him. But I'll tell you what, Fergo will be loving this little battle right now. This is what he comes sim racing for. He loves a battle. As speaking of battles, we got a little one heating up here. Speaking of Vindaloos, I've got shares in my local Indian restaurant with all these spicy battles that we've been having these last few weeks. Righteous right up behind McFadden here. He's going to try and make a little send there. Maybe just filling McFadden's mirrors there and just making him have something to think about. And I tell you what, he's under a fair bit of pressure as McFadden outbrakes himself into turn 1. And that's let Righteous right up into the slipstream zone, I suppose, the suck zone, with 2/10 the difference. Reggie now very much in the hot seat to make a little dive into the Dunlop turn.
Ooh, this could be close. Is he going to make a dive move? No,
Oh,
he's
no.
not. He's just going to sit there and wait. Hopefully, wait for a bit of a wide run from McFadden, which is exactly
this
what's
is it.
happened. And oh, geez, these guys are getting close in the closer every lap we come to see them. But defensive line there from McFadden, so he's going to hold the inside line into the Dunlop corner. But will he get overtaken on the outside? No, he won't. But there could be a slingshot, a whole shot effect, from Righteous as we come up the hill. Bit of left and right movement there. There's like 3 or 4 lines you can take around these corners, Chris. And it will either hamper you or give you an amazing advantage as you make your way around the left and right sections.
It's the beauty of these wide open circuits. A lot of medium to high speed turns, and because of the width of the track, there's just so many lines you can take. Especially when you're battling, you can sort of give up a little bit on the entry to try and force a bit more momentum on the exit, which is what Reggie's done here. And he's found himself 2/10 behind, and you can see that gap closing down to 1.5 tenths, and the suck well and truly taking effect now, and that will slingshot Reggie past what is his first name? Jason McFadden. Sorry, Jason, into third position, and I think that might be the spot there. Oh, a little bit of contact on the way in. McFadden turning in just a little bit early, but that is the position made there for Reggie, and he's going to take off down the road after Arthur Liang, who has lost that first position to Alex McEwen somewhere along the line. We didn't quite see it.
No, but and even now Matt Belton is just belting into everyone else as he's driving around the circuit.
Belted
Living
Fergo,
up to
but
his
he's
last name.
Yeah, he's done the gentlemanly thing there and let that position back. And Chris Pinkney's seen all this happen from way back, and he's going to get a little 2-for-1 down the back straight. Thank you very much.
Very well done. Very well done. But Alex McEwen now back to where he was right before the horrible incident in race 1. And I think he'll skip away here if Arthur Liang makes one error. It'll be all over Red Rover. But he's doing a good job at the moment, Arthur. He's sticking there with him. He hasn't let it get over a second. So well done so far, son. And let's hopefully it gets a cracking finish like we did in race 1.
Yeah, he's actually held that gap fairly well. As soon as I said that, he dropped 2/10. Sorry, Arthur. We'll take the camera off you for a little bit and see if he can hold that gap for any longer. McFadden as well, not dropping off the back of Reggie too much. You can see that steady at around 8/10 at the moment. Ferguson and Belton still locked in a tight battle here at the back of the field. This is probably where the action is right now. Actually, looking up the order, it's Eliza Jackson does have the run on Kaz, and we're going to see this gap close and close and close, and I think we're going to see a little send into turn 1 here from Mr. Jackson.
Let's see what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Who's going to flinch first? And it is both of them at the same time, but the inside run is just going to be too effective here. And Jackson has got the job done. Unless Cass has something else to say about it and said, mate, your bet was invalid, son. Give me back the chips. But I think it's all over at the moment, although Coca-Cola Corner is just giving everyone some either nightmare runs or some excellent runs coming around 100R. And I think now that job is done by Mr. Jackson.
It is. We've seen the Kaz lose. The house has lost for this time being. But then you know what they say about the Kaz. They always get you back in. 2 or 3 in the morning.
Wins.
That's right. May not be now, may not be tomorrow, but the Kaz always wins. Looking up and down the order, this is the closest battle on track. So the reverse grid has offered a lot of action at the start, but it seems now once everyone sort of got through the rubble, that these gaps have petered off a little bit and stretched out a little bit. Everyone around about a second. Pinkney and Ferguson, tightest battle at the moment. We're going to see how Pinkney tries to navigate his way around Ferguson. His real name's Andrew. Likes to play around in the servers. Oh, see Fergo just go straight across the sausage curb there on the inside. That's not the way to go, Andrew.
No, you wouldn't want to go there too many times. But no, very, very well done by Chris. He saw that happening and he just got out of the way. And let Andrew just sort of maybe, hopefully not, but maybe self-destruct at this point. He's had a shocker. And let's fingers crossed that he keeps racing on because you need a finish to get the points here.
That's right. Every finish is worth points here in Wednesday Cup. So even if you come last, there's a fair bit of points coming your way. A fair few points coming your way, except for Kennedy and Ford at the moment, who are both DNF'd, but I'm pretty sure they were victims of the old pit roads sort of glitching through the pit wall there. Reggie has made up that ground on Arthur Liang, and he's got 4.5 minutes to get this job done now. He's got him in his sights, and I think it's time for Arthur to start looking in the mirrors and start trying to prepare where he thinks he's going to have to go defensive and how he's going to navigate to keep this fast finishing Kiwi behind him.
He's definitely had his lamb for dinner tonight, Reggie. He's got all the protein and energy that he needs because this is another cracking drive, especially after the start that he had back down at the back of the grid, so to speak. So fingers crossed, but it's already down to half a second. So Arthur is just now going to have to really either keep his eyes forward or look for where that suck's going to be. And he's run wide. Yeah. He's run wide. Reggie's going to get him on the inside here and take that second position. Let's see what Arthur does. Maybe just take your foot off the accelerator for a second, mate, and just get the reverse suck down the straight. I've seen that happen before.
Well, it's long enough to do so. He could have just sat him behind and reversed the suck and shot it back up the inside of turn 1. But he's going to try and hang it around the outside, and I don't know if it's going to work. Reggie very good under brakes. Look at that. Does not miss the apex at all. Actually, look at this. Liang with the switchback. He is on the wrong side of the track coming up for Coca-Cola turn. It is a fast left-hander. Maybe downshift 1. Throw it in. Arthur going well off the track.
Liang's ran wide.
Yeah, and he gets out of it, and rightfully so. Cannot be taken advantage or off the track, and he does the right thing. Very good driving there and awareness from Liang, but McFadden now can see both of these guys and has made up a few tenths in that little scuffle between Liang and Righteous. He's probably rubbing his hands together and thinking about maybe another podium.
He will be. He'll be thinking about his cousin Brian McFadden on the American Idol and singing to the high hills here. Because if he gets that third place, he'll hit the vibratos really, really strong at the end of the race, I can tell you. And it's going to be a singing battle, I would say, with these two. We've got Gangnam Style versus the English. And we'll see what's going on later on as we get within half a second between McFadden and Liang. And I reckon, Chris, this could be a move down the straight.
It could be.
And it is, because Liang's just gone wider and wider and wider, and Jason said, thank you, I'll take that one, son.
What a time for it to happen, too. With 2 minutes to go on the clock, this could be... Where's McEwen? He is crossing the start-finish line. Oh, soon. It might be another one of these... 146 to go. He could... Tell you what, if Alex has had enough, he might just get out of the throttle here. And just drop a second. So the next lap, if it's a 146, we might be going... This could be the last lap. If he drives a 145, we're going for another one. But he can see Reggie behind him. Look at that. He's only 2.5 seconds at the moment.
Strategic play of what to do. Should do the right thing and be the racer's racer, as McFadden now has ran wide. And Liang's just got that position back.
Yeah.
This is on.
It's on here. Oh, look at this.
Oh, there we go. Has he got it done? He has so far. Yes, he has.
So far,
Jason
so good.
McFadden's back in there. Sorry, Chris, go for your life.
No, you're right. I'm just making all the dad noises at the moment. It sounds like I'm getting up and putting my shoes on, but I'm just watching the action unfold in front of us, and it looks like Liang's going to send it up the inside here at Dunlop chicane. Oh, a bit of contact, but McFadden's got the momentum. He clatters across the curbing as well, and that gives Arthur another chance up the inside here.
Holy cow, are we going to get another lap?
Yeah,
This is all based on Alex in the front position. But this, if it does, we're going to have another lap of this. This is great to watch.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind another lap. We've got 20 seconds left in this session. We're going to see where Alex is.
No, he's backed off.
He has backed off. He
has backed off.
He's done and dusted here, and this is a great drive from Alex. He's come from last to first, and oh my God, I don't even know if this is going to be... No, we're going for one more lap. He's hit it right at the death. Oh, he just didn't slow down enough. But he tell you what, he's got Reggie now just about 2 seconds behind. It's probably too far for him. Liang is starting to lose touch with McFadden as well. So he's seen all the podium positions sort of slip from his fingers in this last 10 minutes. Pinkney and Ferguson swapping positions a little bit. Maybe Ferguson's car has had more hits than Elvis and the Beatles combined. You can see that bonnet flapping around. Goodness me. Fergo, he might be pulling it in. He's had enough.
He's had enough, or he's got a drive-through, whichever one.
Yeah, he might have a drive-through penalty there, but that's not ideal to get on the last lap. That'll probably put him fair and square down the bottom. Reggie is closing on this gap to McEwen, but I don't think it's going to be enough. No, surely not.
And Liang is just not close enough. He's over half a second away with only about 4 corners to go.
Well,
I wonder where Alex is at the moment. There he is, coming up into Net's corner, they call this one, and around into Panasonic, which will give him the whole shot all the way up the main straight, which they have no name for. I can't believe they don't have a name for it.
yeah.
Just call it the Fuji Straight. But Alex McEwen, well done, sir, from absolutely plumb last, has come through to take the chockies in race 2 of Wednesday Cup here at Fuji Speedway. And he's going to do it in style. Maybe we'll see a donut at the end. Will he cross the line without a glitch? Yes, he will. Well done to Alex McEwen. Reggie Righteous in second position. Another fantastic drive. And Brian's cousin is just going to be singing to the high hills for him at the moment in third. Arthur Liang fourth. Elijah Jackson in fifth. Great recovery drive for Elijah Jackson after a bit of mishap at the start. Dean Varell, another great finish for him on debut. He'll take that for the win. And Parky, he's top 10. He will be on the bourbons. I guarantee you he'll be on the bourbons after this. And
absolutely.
Pierce is just absolutely yeeted. Oh, crikeys. What's Cass doing? What's happened here?
Cass has run out of fuel.
Has he run out of fuel? Is that Belton's gone through?
Yep. Oh, unlucky.
No, is he going to get there? He's not going to get there.
I think he might, but...
he might just get there.
He'll get there, but I think he's got a few cars that might get past him. Maybe not Ferguson. He's got another minute to go, but Cass is just going to roll across the line. Belton, Ewing, Pinkney going through as well.
No, he's sort of given the sympathy vote for him.
Someone's going to give him a little push here. Great sportsmanship here from the boys. That is number 43. That is Nick Mole pushing his mate across the line. Very good stuff. See, community-based racing here in AK Racing. Never a dull moment, and a bit of community spirit there between the drivers.
I'll tell you what, I reckon
see.
someone stuffed up the card sorting machines at the Cass tonight, because he definitely didn't win that round with the running out of fuel situation.
Not ideal.
Not ideal. But to round out your top 10, we have Pierce, Belton, Ewing, finished out the top 10. Pinkney, Cass, Burgo, and Nick Mole to round out the final positions of the grid as Kennedy and Ford DNF'd earlier on in the session. What a race, Chris.
Yeah, that was fantastic. That first that race 1, unreal. I don't think look, we've had some close finishes in Wednesday Cup, but I reckon that's probably the closest. That was 200ths, wasn't it?
It was it was 2700ths to be exact. Yep. Incredible.
And an official flea's dick between the guys there. That was McFadden and Jackson, I believe. Yeah, fantastic racing and a double podium for McFadden tonight. He'll be absolutely stoked with that. Jackson just missing out on the podium there in race 2, but tell you what, a big points haul for these guys.
Oh yeah, been classic example of trials and tribulations in sim racing. That's for sure. It's been cracking to watch at Fuji Speedway. It's definitely delivered.
Reggie says in the chat there was chaos in the mid-pack near the start there. There must have been, because those boys made a fair few positions up fairly quickly. They must have just avoided all the carnage there for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, my oath. And I wonder what happened. Well, I can't get the old replay up on the screen, but, geez, it looked spicy in there. Definitely a Destruction Derby battle rather than a line astern racing as we would expect to see.
Yeah, that's right.
But what a round. Cannot believe what we've just watched. Absolutely fantastic to be here with you, Chris.
No, it's been a pleasure as always, and hope everyone at home had a fairly entertaining evening watching this racing. Because I'll tell you what, whether it be virtual racing, the racing is very real. I think that's the saying, isn't it? The racing may not be, or the racing's fake. No, the cars are fake, but the racing's real. Get me a drink and get me off this broadcast. Jesus Christ. We're going to wrap it up there. Thanks to everyone for watching, and thank you for joining me in the commentary box, Zach. We are back, not this week for V8s. We're having a break because in real life Bathurst 1000 is on. So we're going to be having a few ales and watching the big race. But we'll be back next week for Wednesday Cup, where we will be kicking off from Albert Park this time. So another big open circuit where I expect to see a fair bit of action as well.
Oh yeah, back to sunny Melbourne, and I wonder, are we running the updated Albert Park or the old school?
No, with the
spec.
new layout.
Oh yes, another great place for racing, ladies and gentlemen, especially in these Audi TTRSs. There will be some slipstreaming battles around the back half of the circuit with 2 corners effectively being eliminated, which are now flowing. We can't wait. Chris can't wait.
Nope.
I can't wait. The racers can't wait at all. And that's where we will see you, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching and sitting with us tonight here on the Wednesday Cup. I've been Zach O'Reilly.
And I've been Chris Munro. Thank you all for watching. Till next time.